Hey everybody, it's Kenny Cummins here, chilling with Kenny C right here on TMVCafe.com, and I'm very excited about this interview. I'm joined with a dynamic duo out of Nashville, Tennessee. They give you what is called imperfect pop. That is the type of music that they present to you in lovely Music City known as Nashville, Tennessee. And they have a unique name and it's pronounced as the soap that you use to wash your bodies and things like that. They go by the name of Dawn, and that's with two V's, not W, but you get the idea. They're joining me right now. How's it going?
It's good. Yeah, we were just shooting some videos earlier today, and yeah, back here to do the podcast. So
Yeah, super happy to be here. Thank you so much for having us and crushing the name pronunciation and the intro.
Thank you. When I first saw the name, I thought it was davvn.
Yeah,
I'm
we
pretty
get that
sure. Yeah.
we get that all the time. I honestly we like both pronunciations. Anybody talking about us is great.
that that will do. So before I begin, when I do interviews for bands, duos, groups, I like to do like a roll call. So introduce yourselves and what y'all play in the band? A duo per se. Introduce yourselves pretty much.
I love it. Well, with a duo, it's pretty easy, just the two of us. So I'm McCall. I am the singer of the band, another songwriter, and then this is Mike, and he pretty much does everything else.
I don't know about that. McCall is also the content creator. She is the video editor. I am the cameraman,
hmm
but I also play guitar. I do some production stuff like that too for the band. Work on the live show, all sorts of things.
And we'll give you a fun fact just for fun. So for me, I absolutely despise watermelon. That's my fun fact. What's yours?
I despise that you despise watermelon because I love watermelon.
That's fair. I'll take it.
See, even a group and duos have disagreements every now and then.
hmm
Watermelons, I'm
Yeah.
guilty. I love watermelons. I do.
Oh,
I'm
it's just
sorry.
it's a texture thing, man. I just
Yeah.
can't. Oh,
Maybe
but
it's this maybe it's the taste that's too strong. I don't know. Um
can't do it. Just can't do it. You guys can have all the watermelon. I'll leave it for both of you.
Thank you,
You're
appreciate that.
welcome.
that's fair. So also I wanna acknowledge the fact that I'm getting 90 vibes, from y'all because you got the garbage shirt on. You got Britney
Yep.
Spears shirt on as
hmm
well. Shout out to the 1990s, man. Like, yeah,
Absolutely.
90s are cool.
Shaped
What
by
a time to
them.
grow up.
Yeah,
Yes,
absolutely.
so all the Gen Z folks, I don't know what to tell you. You missed out on an incredible decade of music, entertainment,
Yep.
fashion, all that. Just that television. The 90s was different. It was
It
Yeah.
was.
different.
It was.
But you know what? They still can go back and enjoy it now. I mean, we weren't in the '80s.
It's
We
fair.
still love '80s music. We
Yeah.
love the
It's
movies
true.
from the '80s too. So I'm sure they can go back and do some
I
research.
I think it's only when we start hearing, "Oh, this is so vintage," then I'm like, "Oh no, don't talk about the '90s as vintage." Or like, have you ever heard anybody say, "Were you born in the 1900s?" Because that really crushed me.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Yeah. It hits the
Brutal.
feels. It hits the feels. So I'm super excited to have y'all on here and to talk about your music and talk about what y'all have on the horizon. Now, I want to start off with imperfect pop. That is how y'all describe the music. Now, for those like myself that's just getting familiar with Dawn now, hearing the music, hearing the songs, um, how would you best describe imperfect pop?
Awesome. Well, it's really weird because I'm like such a perfectionist at heart. So calling anything imperfect, I was already like, okay, this is tough on me. But I think it really sums up the way we look at songwriting. So we have this sound that's very pop, very, like a songwriting process that we want to be able to be consumed by everybody. But the imperfect aspect of it is just pulling in all of these other bits and pieces that feel fresh and, like maybe grungy, maybe a little garbage influence, maybe a little like extra poppy like Britney Spears. So pop, but like just a bunch of different genres also pulled into there. That was kind of my feeling for that.
So obviously with y'all music, it's definitely I've heard some of the songs, especially the 2023 material. You
Yeah.
already mentioned 2002 song with Bowling for Soup. Um, very dope collaboration. Shout out to Bowling for Soup. Um, the, my thing with Bowling for Soup is I heard of them through a wrestler. They had Alexa Bliss.
No
Um,
way.
so I became I'm a diehard wrestling fan, and when I saw that they did a song named after her, I was like, I gotta watch this video, and then I loved it. So I became an instant fan of Bowling for Soup. I hope to see them perform in person one day because they are so incredible. So talk about how did y'all two link? How did these two incredible groups join forces for this collaboration? How did this came about?
Oh gosh, Mike, you want to take it?
Yeah, so I mean, we had seen a video actually at TikTok about somebody just realizing the fact that the difference in time between when 1985 was made and the year that it was released was 19 years, and I think that was
Mm-hmm.
2004 or something like that.
2002.
2002?
Yes.
Okay.
That's why
So,
we
and
call it
then
2002.
in 2001, people realized that if they wrote a song today, it would be called 2002.
Yeah.
So we had done a little fun little parody of it, put it out on TikTok.
It was
and
COVID.
it was early. It was early times. It
Yeah.
got a little bit of attention, and then last year came around. We decided, hey, it's a new year. We should repost that video about 2002. People are all thinking about getting older and such, and we posted it on TikTok. And I think the first morning we woke up and it had like 2 million views.
It's crazy.
So we were like,
Yeah.
we were mind blown. And then we posted a follow up where we did the verse, which we had like our chorus first, then we did a verse for 2002. And then that one did like 3 million. And then Jared from Bowling for Soup hit us up in our DMs. He's like, guys, I love this parody. This is great. He's like,
Yeah.
do you want to work on this? And we were like, of course we do.
It's wild.
So he gave us his number and we were texting him for a little bit. He set us up with their producer who helped us like get the actual Bowling for Soup instrument tracks and all that. And yeah, he helped us edit some lyrics and gave us some feedback. And then that was pretty much it. We got to get the collab together and they helped us put the song out. So it was
really cool.
insane, absolutely insane.
Yeah. It's pretty wild because we were thinking about when we were first listening to the song as kids, like when that came out back in 2005. Was it released? 2004, somewhere around then. I remember listening and being like, wow, this song is so good, like, but I didn't really identify with the main character, so we really wanted to write a version that everybody who grew up as millennials, kind of like our era, 90s 80s babies, would identify with and kind of be like, okay, yeah, I remember my iPod, I remember The Sims, like all this stuff that just like when you think about it now, you're like, that was just so pure and such a good memory. And that was kind of where the song came about, and it ended up being such a cool memory for us, being able to work with somebody who we grew up on as kids. So really full circle, really amazing experience, and it's connected us with a lot of people who wouldn't know who we are otherwise. So we get to kind of share our original music that's very 2000s nostalgia inspired as well with them, and hopefully they like that too.
Well, I for one love that song. I love that song back then, and I love this one as well. I love that things happen for a reason sometimes, and y'all just did this out of TikTok and just ha ha ha. That's just put it
Totally.
out there, see how people feel, and then it blew up. Literally,
Yep.
two
Yeah.
million, 3 million, and you know what? Let's take it to a whole nother level. And man, that y'all did, and I heard this song, I felt nostalgia.
Yes.
All the names, the iPods, and the 2000s and things like that. 2000s had a nice one, had a nice decade. You
Hmm.
know, just beginning of the millennium, and we figured out what we're gonna do in this crazy world. And what it boils down to is that y'all definitely bring some nostalgia to your music, but still bring your own flavor to it. Basically, I've been getting in touch with a lot of Nashville musicians for years now, and and to contrary to popular belief,
Hmm.
Nashville is labeled as Music City, but it is more than just one genre. There is a plethora of musicians of different genres, such as yourselves. And y'all are so unique and so authentic, so real. It's like, man,
Aw.
Nashville needs to, if they haven't already, they should get on this darn bandwagon. And
I
they
agree. I
should.
agree.
I
You
love
know,
that.
it's just y'all are just so incredible, talented. And I
Aw.
hope y'all get more and more opportunities hit your way. So I'm on the darn bandwagon.
We love it.
So
Choo choo.
Welcome.
so I live in Lexington, Kentucky, which is about 3, 4 hours away. And
Awesome.
I keep telling myself, with all the friends I've made in Nashville, I want to go to Nashville for one of
Yeah.
these days, at least, even if it's for a day, maybe a full weekend. Because there's gonna be so many shows, so many options, and it's gonna blow my mind. But I'm just want to go just to have that Music City experience.
Totally.
So it's something that I would love to do one of these days. So who knows? Might plan something for next year, maybe.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I definitely want to see y'all perform. Um,
Oh, thank you.
so
We'll keep you posted. Yeah, you got to come down here. There's so many, like, people always think it's just country here, but there's so many talented artists. We're so happy to have moved here because we were in Boston before. And coming here and meeting everybody and collaborating with all these amazing musicians, it makes you pick up your game so much, so that you're on the same level, and it just brings so many ideas that if it was just the two of us writing, we wouldn't have. So we're just thrilled to be here doing what we love doing.
yeah, absolutely, man. In Nashville, y'all got a lot of talent. You got a lot of options. I get all that. I mean, we all listen to mainstream folks. I'm guilty. I still do, but I do grow to support more of the independent artists like yourselves because y'all bring something different to the table. And I feel like, man, y'all should have y'all music heard on mainstream radio. I mean, y'all
One
music,
day.
just
Thank you.
put,
One day, yes,
Yeah,
we'll
yeah.
get there.
we'll get there.
I mean, y'all just so talented, and y'all definitely got the vibes going. So
Thank you.
it's totally awesome. I heard y'all latest. It's called Anybody Else.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
By the way, all their music is available on all streaming platforms, and that is spelled DAVVN. I know the name can be tricky because of the W and the soap thing, but I can assure you it's DAVVN. Check them out on all the streaming platforms. Talk about this latest single you guys have with Anybody Else. Talk about this.
So this one was, gosh, written last year, basically pretty early on when we moved here. And I am a huge fan of Michelle Branch. Growing up, she was my muse. Just so many amazing, like, songs and that era, like Hilary Duff, a lot of the songstresses from them were just iconic for me. So we went into the session and I was like, I want to write something like Michelle Branch everywhere, just this soaring kind of chorus. But I want it to be about how I'm feeling as an adult now, but have that kind of nostalgic sound that I grew up loving. So it's kind of a way of me dealing with my anxiety, is just having it all wrapped in like a little nice 2000s vibey package and talking about it. So the song is really just about kind of burnout that comes with having to do just life every day, literally folding your laundry, and things you don't really realize when you're a kid. But it's kind of wrapped in that 2000s nostalgia era sounding vibe, so it's a little bit more palatable to deal with the nostalgia or to deal with the anxiety. But yeah, we loved working on that one. It's been really fun to create content around that too. I get to really lean into like the Hilary Duff and the Michelle Branch era stuff. But yeah, I'm really happy. The album art actually was me faking Michelle Branch everywhere album art. So it was pretty fun to create too.
So those were the TRL days.
Oh yeah.
Getting home from school, and instead of doing my homework, I'm going to watch TRL, watching the top 10 countdown,
Oh.
Carson Daly hosting. This was Carson Daly before he was doing the voice thing,
Yep.
and
Mm-hmm.
that was a time, you know,
It
getting
was.
going on the computers, getting the votes in, and it was an hour long. Felt like that show went by pretty quickly, but it was a fun time. And Hillary Duff. I mean, I'm guilty. I watched Lizzie McGuire. At some point in my
Yes.
life, I watched.
Mm-hmm.
I think I watched all the reruns. And
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
follow Hillary's career since then. She's grown. She's evolved. She's
Totally.
still, she's becoming a sensational actress now. But Hillary Michelle Branch, I mean, I haven't heard that name in forever, but I do remember her. She was a household name. You
Oh,
know, you
every
know.
song I was just obsessed with growing up. I'm pretty sure I had her CD was like one of the first CDs I ever got. So yeah, and we've been playing around with. I don't know if you remember Hit Clips at all,
Yeah.
but I've just been playing the same little snippet of her song over and over to annoy him. So.
It's fun. It's fun being in a band sometimes.
But
Hey,
as you can tell, that era, like a lot of that sound, as well as the pop punk sound that came out of there, really shapes who we are as a band. So we're writing a couple new songs now that kind of integrate both of those in a way that still feels old but new. And I think it's just kind of like our happy place, or at least mine. Maybe not yours as much.
No, it definitely is. I mean, I think I love that nostalgic sound too, and I still love Michelle Branch. Even though it
Yes.
was more of like a guilty pleasure back
Uh-huh.
then, but I still think she's awesome,
Yeah,
really talented.
we're actually gonna go see her and Bowling for Soup. We're going to When We Were Young festival, and we're gonna see both of them perform there. So I'm stoked. That's like another childhood dream.
yeah, Michelle Branch and Bowling for Soup. That's awesome. Nashville. I mean, they are Music City after all, so they give you everything. At least they
Hmm.
try to, and especially. So I'm drawing with the talented duo known as Dawn. Check them out on all the streaming platforms as Dawn with two V's. And be on the lookout for more music from them. And while you're waiting on the newbies, go listen to the recent content on all the platforms. So since we all catching nostalgia, that appears to be the theme of
Mhm.
this interview and this journey that you've had on display, and you are walking some '90s bands and artists per se. I'll go with you first. What's your favorite garbage song?
Oh, God, that's tough. I feel like the sound in general is just kind of my guilty pleasure. I feel like if I had to pick one song, it would be. Oh,
Do you want me to go first?
yeah, you go first.
All right, if I'm going with Britney, I'm gonna say "Lucky," because believe it or not, I'd never heard that song in my entire childhood, and I just found it this year, and I'm obsessed with it now.
I'm so glad
I don't
you
know
said
how I
that.
missed that. I was just like not listening to the radio for 1 year or
That
something
was
like
an
that, and I
era.
missed it.
I love that you picked that. I was gonna be
Yeah.
mad if you didn't.
But like old Britney too, you know.
Yeah. I think for me, so I was obsessed with 10 Things I Hate About You, and the song Stupid Girl was on that, like on the album for 10 Things I Hate About You, and I was just like, that was just, it spoke to me. So I'll probably go with Stupid Girl. But we'd love to hear your favorites.
Let's see. As far as garbage, I go Only Happy When It Rains.
Yeah.
I like that one. As for Britney, because I was like a hip hop head
Mm-hmm.
and listen to hip hop. I listen to all kinds of music. I've become a unicorn at this point in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Britney, Slave for You. I
So
like
true.
that song.
So fair.
Neptunes produced that, and yeah, it was fire. That's yes,
I didn't realize that. No, that
yeah,
song is. I remember just listening to that, being like, okay, this is a whole new level of Britney. She really
yeah,
went through some eras.
yeah. She was going from the pop,
Yep.
and then she went to other jump went to the hip hoppy
Yeah.
type of beats, and I'm like, you know what? I've always liked Britney, and it kind of made me fall in love with her a little bit more. Going, because pop artists, they take chances at some things, and she went in on that song, the music video, and the snake. I'm like, man, she a badass for that, for the snake.
Absolutely.
Cause I won't be near no snake ever in my life.
Same. I'm with you.
You
So
can give
it's
me a CGI snake. I'll be good with
yeah,
that.
yeah. Give me a Taurus snake, I'll be okay. So so please, man, check this duo out, Dawn. Please check out the music, check out upcoming shows, check out the merch, check all of them out. Everybody, has their preference per se. But if you in to some nostalgia pop punk esque music, you gonna listen to Dawn, and go check out their music, and available on all streaming platforms. I will be playing more Dawn music on my platforms for the foreseeable future. I love y'all, man. Y'all awesome, awesome, and I hope we cross paths once I do make that leap
Yes.
to Nashville, trip to Nashville. I don't know why I say leap. I say trip to
Mm-hmm.
Nashville, and see y'all and do incredible things. Y'all are just truly awesome. I can't say enough of that. So
Thank you so
um,
much.
I'm wishing y'all happiness. I'm wishing y'all success. I'm wishing y'all joy. I'm wishing y'all all the good that is headed your way. Cause this duo out of originally from Boston, now in Nashville, they have fit right in, and just showing, hey, we're breaking the mold. We're giving y'all something different out of the norm that is in Nashville, and we're gonna kick ass while we do
Mm-hmm.
this. So,
I
Hell
love
yeah.
it. I
Hell yeah.
love it. Thank you
so
again so much for having us here and all the kind words. It really means, like you said, so much to us as independent artists, small artists, to get the word out there. So we really appreciate you doing this and chatting with us. And anybody who's listening, message us anytime. We respond. We respond to every comment. We want to just make some awesome music that you connect with. So
Yep.
uh,
Absolutely.
all right, well, thanks again, y'all too. Y'all enjoy your week, and look forward to the new music coming up. Thanks again.
thanks so much,
Thank
Kenny.
you again.
Y'all have a good night.
You
You
too.
too.
All right.